This is part 2 of our Tallarook series. We started off at 4x4 D&A and now we're off to get the cars muddy and dirty, but we've got to get there first. We're just a few metres from camp now, a few hundred metres, but towing up to Tallarook, like the whole rig here is 7 tonne. You know, if you were diesel turbo minded, you'd let it just sit on 2000 RPM and low gear and it'd just haul ass up there, but not in a Y62 Patrol. You'll overheat it, you'll cook it for sure, so make sure you've got some sort of way to read your temps if you're towing like up long hills. But what I've learnt with these cars, if you pick whatever gear you need to be in, but just stay around that 3,500 RPM, and it'll never get over about 98 degrees. And yeah, if you push it into a lower gear because you don't like it revving so much, it just gets hot and labours, and you probably pop a trans at the same time. So anyway, we are almost there, set up camp. I saw some other Y62 patrols with like caravans on the back, like just waiting in little truck lanes for us to go past to fall in. So I reckon, yeah, the real fun's about to begin. Here at Tallarook, it was a pretty wet and wild night last night. I reckon we must have had 20 plus mil of rain. People were just hiding under awnings and trying to set up in the rain. Yeah, it was a bit of fun. So we didn't get the camera out last night. However, this morning, 10 a.m, it's right about now, is when we're about to head off. You can hear people airing down, the rumble of V8s everywhere. This is where the fun happens now. I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of taken over this whole place. It's a cracker campsite. It's really good. So the day before, we gave away a set of the new dash barriers. What colour?
Blue A27.
A27? Come on down, far out. Yes, George was the winner, but he kindly gave them away to one of his mates who brought his Series 5 down to Tallarook. We're going to stock these in 4x4 D&A, Adelaide, Melbourne and Perth. All right, here we go. The winner of the bush barriers, or dash barriers. How awesome does this thing look? I am stoked. So this was actually the white version of it, but as you can see, it looks pretty amazing. On a gunmetal car too. We staged the cars up for some photos and then it was off to hit the tracks. It was straight into 4-wheel drive, low range, lockers on. So it seems counterintuitive. Now you want to look her off. No, you're doing all the right things. I reckon even come back a bit more so you've got a little bit of momentum with you, and then just drive through it. So the traction control won't work until like a sensor slip. So you're all set up to succeed now. Just hug the left. Keep it even. It's sloshy.
It is a bit slippery.
I tried to stay on the left, it just pushed me over.
Yeah, this is, and it's just going to get worse as we all go up.
Not getting any better up here either.
Good job, honey. Oh, no.
Ain't easy full driving here, Steve-O. This is slippery. This was the first track of the day. It's on the way up to Mount Hickey, which is just off the flat rock camping area where we were before. You could see essentially like you needed 35s, lockers went straight on, otherwise you'd be slipping and sliding all over the place. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, you had that. This track will ruin this car. Once we got to the top of Mount Hickey, there's a left turn that you can take down to the lookout. It's a pretty sketchy track, and you'd want to have bash plates, sliders, and we didn't realise that going down was the easy part. Rock that you see left of screen now, coming back up, that caused us all sorts of havoc. Just tell me what to do, I'll come back a bit.
Come back, and again, you want to come back on that line. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Let's go and chuck lockers in. Be quiet. Screen.
Okay, come back on that line now. Left hand down, left hand down. Left hand down. There you go, straight.
think the camera's going to be able to just take all that in. There's too much. Wow. Good photo, but that for a stage. This was a cracker spot to stop for morning tea. Had a bit of a munch to eat, and we all sat around, had a bit of a chat about what tyre pressure we were running, what gear we were choosing, lockers on, off, rock mode, and it was, yeah, good old yarn with a bunch of Y62 owners. But then we had to turn around and go back up, and that's when the carnage started. We're going to turn all these cars around now. It's going to be fun. And meanwhile, what's these crazy chimneys doing down here? There's no 62 line there. No chance. Explain what just happened here.
He got sideways and then went on an angle, then reversed back,
Yeah.
and then hit the rock, but then he couldn't go back and couldn't go forward, so he's basically just wedged.
Perch. Ooh, that's not good. Do you want it like an IRS or something, swap? Everyone keeps telling me to do SAS swaps. Little did I know that this exact rock would do the exact same thing to my Y62. how good does this car look? This is Matt from Dash Offroad, sporting his Y62. Would you believe it's a Series 3? It's had a Series 5 facelift. Then it's been wrapped in Smurf Blue, the Mad Max bush barriers, lifted 37-inch tyres, twin locked. It crawls up everything and looks so good doing it too. Good job.
That's the same rock, isn't it?
This is the same rock that caught a lot of us out this day. If you ended up losing traction and sliding off the rock, you basically got all four wheels with no traction, tested out the rear bar. The only way I was going to get out of this was to winch.
I felt like it was about to go. Winch? You're in the same spot he was.
We popped it back into high range to get to the next section, with the target being Jenkins track. So as soon as we got to it, it was a fair drop in, and it was back to low range. And you have to really be careful not to slide around too much with the turning circle that was required here. You really had to go wide and reverse backwards and forwards. But when we got to link track, it did not disappoint. Not sure what I missed up here, but I can hear a Zali turbo screaming off its head. So we'll go up and have a look. What did I miss?
Oh, he's had about 6 goes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not. Here we go.
Last time I went out wheeling with Ali, he popped a drive shaft in his Navara, so I had a spare from my Navara, I lent it to him, and he just returned it back to me at the start of this trip. I'll sell you that drive shaft back. I'll sell you the drive shaft back. It's slippery. It'll cut up down here. It just wasn't the Navara's day today, with those all terrains were nearly worn out on 33s, slippery mud, and I think Ali put a dent in the firewall under his accelerator pedal. He took every little horse out of this thing to get it up the hill.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I was so waiting to see a massive blast of black soot come out the back of this thing when it went pop. Listen to this. How good does the Samurai exhaust sound supercharged going up a hill? that was Jinkin Link Track, a bit of fun. Ali almost left another drive shaft there, but being so slippery with the rain last night, that was fun. Like, you had to stay into it the whole way. Like, if you stopped, I think you would be winching. I loved it. That was awesome. And there it was. That was the Tallarook event put on by the 4x4 DNA Melbourne crew. We had an absolute blast going out there and recording it. I hope you had just as much fun watching what we got up to. Support those guys over at 4x4 DNA, and we'll see you next time on YouTube. Yeah.